If you've listened to episodes 5 and 6, you'll know that the second half of this season is focused on change. With that in mind, I'm going to share an issue that came up in a group coaching context recently. Well, hello there. Welcome to Manage with Confidence with me, your host, Dr. Hayley Lewis. Each episode, I'll explore common issues that people managers like you often grapple with. For example, giving negative feedback or keeping your team motivated during change, or maybe you're trying to manage people with diverse needs. I'm here with you, giving you support when you need it so that you can manage with confidence. So sit back, grab a cuppa, and find out what to expect from today's episode. I've been working with 4 different groups of managers, and we've been focusing on managing change well. Partway through, we looked at communicating change effectively, and the same question was asked by members of different groups. What do I do if I don't agree with the change that's happening? Different managers, different groups, different parts of the organisation, same issue. It can sometimes be a tough gig as a manager. You're constantly having to assess and evaluate different situations, particularly if you're in the same quandary as the managers I mentioned, where you're being asked to get your team on board with a change you simply don't agree with. And if that's something that you're facing, here are my top tips. Number 1, reflect on why you're feeling so against the change. Do you feel like you haven't been involved? So maybe you're feeling angry. Or is it that you don't have enough information, so you're feeling a little uncertain? Take some time to write out and make sense of your feelings. What's underpinning how you feel? Number 2, one of the things I talked about with Rachel Miller in the next episode out on the 25th of August was the importance of safe spaces for managers to process how they feel. Is there a group you're part of with other managers where you can talk things through? Or maybe you have a coach or a mentor that you can talk to. Making sense of managing your own feelings and emotions is crucial before you talk to your team. Number 3, think about what is in your control. Now, I talked about this in the last episode where I referenced Stephen Covey's circle of control. While the change taking place is out of your control, perhaps because the decision has already been made by senior leaders, what is in your control is how you approach the situation. What will you say? What won't you say? How will you respond if any of your team get upset? How will you respond if your team has questions you can't answer yet? How often will you update your team? All of these things are in your control. Number 4, create a script for yourself. Now, I don't mean something you read out verbatim like a robot, because, that would just be weird. I mean writing out on no more than 1 page of A4 the key points to get across. What is happening? Why is it happening? When is it happening? Just stick to the facts. And if there are things you don't know that you think you need to know before you speak to your team, get in touch with the appropriate person to ask them for the information. Alternatively, if you have an in-house internal communication person or team, then get some advice from them. And number 5, remember, you don't have to have all the answers, particularly if it's the beginning of the change and the change is a bit, shall we say, messy and unclear. Why not say this to your team? You're part of the feedback loop, so not only are you feeding to your team from senior leadership, but you are also feeding back from your team to decision makers. So those questions that your team asks are useful for others to know so that they can create and you can create a frequently asked questions guide. For example, you might feedback questions to the internal comms team, or if there's a change project team, you might feedback questions to them. So a short, sharp episode today, but I hope you found these ideas helpful, or at the very least, reassuring if you're already doing some of them. The main thing I want to get across is you're human too, and you will experience the breadth and depth of emotions and feelings during change, just as your team does. You don't sit above that. You're not kind of impervious to that stuff, and you don't need to be. I think the key thing is to not suffer in silence or alone. Take time to process your feelings and then work out, either by yourself or with others, how you're going to manage yourself while you manage your team through the change. Next time on Manage with Confidence, we'll be hearing from internal communication expert and author Rachel Miller. Now, I've been a huge fan of Rachel's for a very long time, both when I was a head of communication in the UK public sector and as an organisational psychologist working in change. That episode, you won't want to miss it. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Now, you've heard the one thing I suggested you do, but maybe there's something else you're inspired to do on the back of today's episode. So here's my question. If there was just one thing you'll do following this episode, what is it? Note it down, or even better, tell someone. Now, I love it when you comment and tell me the things you've been inspired to try after an episode, or even when you send me through a problem you want help with. So please email me at halopsychpod@gmail.com, and the email is in the show notes. Did you enjoy this episode? Then please show your love by leaving a review and giving it a rating. It really helps other people to find my podcast. Thank you once again, and in the meantime, go and manage with confidence.